We now welcome in Saints Hall of Famer, Fox 8 Saints analyst, the great Deuce McAllister. Deuce, those are fun when you're a player. When it gets rolling like that and that other team just can't do nothing to stop it and this place is rocking, it just felt good inside this building here today.
Felt electric. I mean, and they needed to have that electric start. And, you know, you talk about the way that they had the ball game, defensively showed up, special teams showed up, offense shows up. I mean, when you can put it together like that, man, it pays off. It shows the work that you've been doing all training camp, you know, all summer, that it works. Was it perfect? No. They know that they have some stuff to fix, but you were able to go out and have fun at home.
Let's start on offense because that's the headliner. Yep. 9 drives with the starters, 9 scores. Yep. Hard to do. We had been telling people that what you saw in the preseason was not what they were going to always do in the regular season. It was a very watered-down version. We saw it today. They controlled the line of scrimmage. They ran the ball well, very well. You can tell us what they wanted to do. What did you see out of Clint Kubiak today that really stood out as far as how the Saints were productive on offense?
I think you really saw them do some of the similar stuff that you've seen in the preseason. Now, where they get you was with the shifts and the motions. You didn't see as much as that in the preseason, but if you knew this offense, that's what they did. I mean, you had inside zone, you had outside zone, you had wide zone out of shotgun, you had power, you had gap scheme, you moved Taysom around. He lined up at tailback, he lined up at quarterback, he lined up at fullback, and then he lined up out wide. What was interesting, and it's always going to be this way, who is in the game with him? On the Juwan Johnson touchdown pass, it was Alvin lined up as a receiver. You had Taysom Hill in the backfield, and you also had Jamal Williams in the backfield. Well, guess what? Juwan is still in the game. So technically, that's 12, personnel. They completely blew the coverage. Yeah. They were trying to run like a swing screen. They thought everybody ran up to Jamal. They dropped the coverage on, they dropped the coverage on your tight end, Juwan Johnson. He's wide open for a touchdown. So, I mean, it's always going to be how do we match up with him because he's such a versatile piece.
Yeah, and it's just funny. Now you have a coordinator that loves that versatility. Well, not that they didn't love it before, but nonetheless, certainly felt he was using that today. I thought it all really got going with the big post. The big post to Shaheed, that third down. I thought Derek, A, was an outstanding throw, but B, he hung in there to the very last second, and to the point where I thought he was going to get sacked, and all of a sudden he delivers the strike on a deep post. What did you think of that play?
Yeah, I agree with you. You know, the pressure came off the right side, and the reason the pressure came was because of the help that you tried to give Penning. But, I mean, the quarterback stepped up into the pocket. You had to hold it a little bit longer just because you wanted that safety to declare. Once that safety goes down and you can see Horn's reaction, he was looking for safety help over the top. One thing you knew that he's a physical corner. He's not one that's going to run with a guy like Rashid. And once Rashid was able to get past him, it was just, hey, can you catch it at this point? And so definitely did it. And I thought that set the tone for them offensively. I think the first couple of plays before that, from a run standpoint, it was like +7, +9, something to that effect. So you were able to not only run the football, but you were able to put it up top. And so the other part that's missing from this offense, getting Chris Olave a little bit more involved. I mean, it's hard to fuss when you win by 37, but if you're going to be nitpicking about something, that would probably be one of those things.
And to me, that's the best thing about the performance is because offensively, I can name 4 or 5 plays they missed. I mean, I can name 4 or 5 plays that they missed that could have been big plays as well. But defensively, first play of the game, they get the interception. So now, and then you score the field goal. So it's 10-0 before Carolina runs their second play of the game. It just felt like from that point on, it really was the Saints' day.
Well, and you're talking about a team that wants to run the football. I mean, they wanted to run the football, and now you're down 10-0. You know, you take them almost out of their game plan of what they want to do. And so on that first pass, I don't know if he was just fooled by the coverage or the ball just sailed on it. But the ball was high, and Harris comes up with the interception. You know, just an outstanding play. There was a little pressure, but not a lot of pressure. I mean, but the Saints did a good job of just being around Bryce Young and making him uncomfortable.
Yeah, I thought they swarmed to. Man, I know they're expecting him to take that leap in year 2, but it just didn't felt like he felt really comfortable today. Bryce Young, I'm talking about, but that's Carolina's problem. Special teams wise, look, Blake Grupe 4 for 4, 2 from 50 plus. The block punt, the big return from Shaheed. There was even a couple plays where Shaheed kind of catches it off the bounce that probably saves him 10, 12 yards of field position at that point. They were pretty clean in special teams as well.
Well, that was because of how the punter Hecker kicks the ball. You saw when Cedric Wilson went back there, that ball, it pulls away from it. And so you've got to get completely up under it. But Rashid probably saved them about 20 yards by being able to catch it off of the bounce and not allowing it to hit and roll. I thought, for this team to be successful, special teams has to be outstanding. Block punt, 4 field goals, you'll definitely take it, and the big return that he probably scores if his own player doesn't knock him down, And so I don't know if you'll have that week to week, but you make teams have to prepare for you when you can do things like that.
All right, look, City's going to be happy today. We know that. This crowd was happy today. But I actually liked the message from Dennis Allen today when he said, the most important thing now, we got to keep everybody grounded. It is just one of 17. Still a long way to go. Don't get caught. The players can't get caught up too much in the euphoria of this game. 47-10 is awesome, but now this game is over. Enjoy it for the next couple hours or 12 hours, 24 hours, whatever it is, and then come back ready to work for Dallas.
You probably gave up some runs that you shouldn't have. You had 8 penalties. You had personal foul on punt. So there's plenty of stuff that you can go and look at to say, if we fix this, we can be even better. If we do this right, we can be even better. So enjoy it, but don't think it's the end of the world.
Oh, it's definitely not the end of the world, and the Saints got a long way to go. But today, they can enjoy it. 1-0, Saints with victory. Deuce, thank you.
Thank you.